Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we're going to be having a look at the Mack Defense M917A3. Now, you might be saying to yourselves, didn't we see this mod a long time ago, like a super long time ago? And yes, that is correct. However, what the creator of this mod has done, which is, by the way, probably one of the coolest mod partnerships that I've seen almost ever, is he has literally partnered up with the creators of the game, as well as Mack Defense themselves, and Mack Defense has released a in-game trailer for this truck that you can pick up on mod.io. How freaking cool is that? Now, he updated the truck with a whole bunch of real-world improvements, or basically real-world counterpart improvements, and re-released the mod with both the updated version as well as the original version, if the original version is something you prefer. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be testing out several different variations of this truck, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to build this one as a dump truck, and then when we leave the garage, we're actually going to load it up onto a trailer and use another Mack Defense that's equipped with a high saddle to haul it to its drop-off point. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, straight into the customization, you have a variety of engines, the MP7, the MP8, and the MP8HE. We're going to go with the HE on this one. We went with it on the other truck as well, but we're on the Bog, so on a map like the Bog, or I should say the Bog Remastered, you kind of want the extra oomph. Now, gearbox-wise, this one's getting an off-road box, and suspension-wise, you have default, high, and aftermarket. I would definitely recommend going with, like, at least the high suspension, but that all depends on the kind of map and the kind of environment that you're in. Also, I do want to go ahead and address something real quick about this truck, and that is the fact that it is a PC mod. Now, it is a publicly available PC mod, but nonetheless, it is still a PC mod because the RAM requirements of a mod like this would go over, basically, beyond the limits of what is allowable on the console version of the game. Now, whoa, where am I going? All right, so tires-wise, you've got the 46 and 47-inch Michelin Super Singles. You also have the 46-inch military tires, which I have on the other truck, and then you have chained Michelin chained category studded tires. Now, on this one, we're going to go with the 47-inch Michelin Super Singles and the extended strong winch, of course. Now, normally I would put the spare wheel on it, and the other version of this truck that I have outside of the garage does have the spare wheel. However, this one's not going to get it because we're going to put the dump bed on it instead. Engageable diff lock, and I'll definitely do the wedge cap snorkel at the front. And then here we go. So we have a couple of different variations of this dump bed. We have the Cry-Steel dump body with the slim rear door. Then we have the cargo attachment, the open back troops carrier. We also have the PC-320 heavy crane, the Cry-Steel dump body with the original back to the dump body, and then as well as the high saddle, the low saddle, the toolbox, which can go underneath, and then a service personnel carrier. Now, this one is getting, like I said before, the slim rear door Cry-Steel dump body. And visuals-wise, this is where it gets really, really interesting. So you have military-grade lights, and then you have classic fender mirrors, which you can do as well. You have upgraded fender mirrors. Then you also have the power plugs, which, let's see. Oh, that's really actually cool. This can be used to power, or to supply power or air externally if required. Round fuel tanks or a square fuel tank, which I'm going to go with the square fuel tank. And then, let's see, wooden planks at the top of the dump body to basically give a little bit of extra protection for any cargo that's in there from falling out. And then, of course, the cabin protector, but you can't run the cabin protector with the dump body. Now, we have a bush guard, a heavy bumper, an inverted bumper, and a light bumper. I'm going to stick with I think I'm going to do the inverted bumper on this one. And then we have, let's see, Dakar rims and military-grade rims. I'm gonna leave these on here. And then you also have the option of going with a tan or a dark green. I'm going to stick with the tan on this one because I think it looks a little bit better. And now we're going to go ahead and head out of the garage and load this guy up on the trailer and head off to our drop-off point. Let's go ahead and make our way over here. We'll get this set up so we can pull it up onto the trailer. Now, normally the reason why I'd be loading a truck onto a trailer in SnowRunner is because it's maybe, maybe the truck's broken, maybe it's super damaged. This is not the case here. So this is literally just we're using that trailer to sort of transfer the truck between points. So I do need to fire this guy up so we can activate the ramps. We'll shut it back down again and back into the defense, and let's get you up on the trailer. I probably don't need to use the lockers for this, but I'm going to go ahead and use them anyway, just for an added level of safety. And actually, Seems pretty good to go right there. I know it's a little bit more to the left than it probably should be, but I don't think that's gonna really affect much in the grand scheme of things. I am gonna scoot it just a little bit further forward, and I think we're just about good. Yeah, I think we're just about good right there. All right, so let's swap over to the semi-truck version, and we're gonna pack trucks and trailers. Really, there's no trailers back there to pack, but we're gonna pack the truck and get the ramps up. God, those ramps come up fast. I always forget how fast those ramps come up. And now it's time to head off to our drop-off point. So we're gonna actually make a left out of the garage and head down past the trailer store. And there's another road that this main road connects to that takes you to basically it's not really a warehouse area, but it's kind of a cargo area / warehouse area, and that will be a perfect place to drop the dump truck off so we can use it for any future deliveries out here on the Bog Remastered if we need to. Now, going into the interior view, the interior view really is a treat on this truck because you can obviously see the Mack steering wheel, but you also have your turn signal stalks, your windshield wiper controls, your gearbox controls, your radio, working gauges, obviously, and then of course you have the mirrors, which not only work, but they also move as you're negotiating the terrain. So there's so much going on with this truck. There really is like an insane level of detail here, and when you actually realize how insanely high the level of detail is, it makes you realize why Mack Defense themselves was like, yo, you want to like partner up on this thing? And the mod creator was probably like, yeah, I do. But holy crap, I mean, looking around this interior, once again, you see the detail on, like, the seat belts, the seats themselves, the freaking, like, seatbelt buckles are there, the armrests are there. Everything is there that you would expect to find on the real-world version. It's absolutely incredible, and you see, of course, the classic Mack emblem out there on the end of the hood, really just pulling everything together. Now, I sure did pick one heck of a map to test this thing on, because the Bog Remastered is certainly not a walk in the park for most vehicles, but I gotta tell you, this thing is making its way through it very, very well. I mean, it's extremely capable, and I know that it was modeled to sort of, you know, replicate that vanilla truck feel and the vanilla truck vibe, but once again, I mean, I really do think that it feels like a vanilla truck while also feeling like it's got some real power and real capability behind it. I mean, you never ever feel like this thing is lacking for grip or lacking for power. I mean, sure, if you're comparing it to something that's like super over the top, you might feel that way. But when you compare it to other vehicles that have a very realistic level of game balance, this thing is definitely on what I would call the upper end of game balance, but it's still very, very well balanced, and the tuning is absolutely amazing. It's super on point, and it really does feel right at home here in the environment of SnowRunner. Now, let's see where we're headed. I might have to check the GPS in a minute, but I think I know where I'm going. Famous last words, I think I know where I'm going. Captain's sense of direction over here, I'll tell you what. So I think there should be a fork in the road coming up fairly soon. Let me see if there's a little bit of extra grip near the edge of the road right here where I can pick up some speed. Oh, I actually see the turnout. I see it right there. It's crazy to me, though, how this entire approach road is muddy enough that I need low plus and lockers to maintain any sort of pace, and my axles show absolutely no signs whatsoever of overheating. They're just like, yeah, we're good. We'd even prefer if you left the diff lock on. All right, make our way up here. Now, the terrain should become a little bit less muddy in a minute, although, whoa, I might have to turn my lockers off because I've lost, like, all of my turning radius. You want to talk about taking a wide freaking turn. All right, back the other way. Oh, I might have to actually do it. Yeah. This might have to be a multi-point turn here, boys. Come on. There we go. My little horn is going to let everybody know on this desolate back road that we're on our way. But, you know, safety first. Or third. Or fifth, as we usually do over here on this channel. Oh, boy. All right, so we have a little bit of a hill that we're going to need to negotiate before we can actually drop this thing off, but I don't think the hill is going to be too big of a problem. I think we're going to be pretty much good in terms of the hill. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm more concerned about, like, whether or not we get pulled into a bunch of mud. Let's ease it on up this hill now. I just hope I have enough room to... Hey! That caught my sidestep, and it caught my sidestep really, really hard. It was like, yeah, no, you're not getting out of here. And I'm like, yes, I am. And it's like, no, you're not. All right, almost there. It's a sketchy hill. Come on. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. And I think we're good to go, y'all. Yep, I think we're good to go. Now, in order to unload this in a somewhat reliable fashion without driving it off the edge of the hill, we're going to have to pull it up here, activate ramp, unpack, shut down, and swap over. I hope these guys enjoy their new dump truck, because I'll tell you what, I enjoyed the heck out of the semi variant for sure. Dude, this thing is absolutely going to, like, it is going to put in work in whatever SnowRunner map you decide to use it on. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.